All right, that's recording. All right, cool. Yeah. Just want to do you want to get your heads up on what the question's going to be, or you just want me to ask them?
Yeah, we're fine. If you want to go ahead and
I'll just run through the questions.
yeah,
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
him to run through the
Yeah,
questions?
just run through the questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet as. So the first question will be like, can you tell me how and where you guys grew up, any life-changing events along the way, and how you ended up doing what you're doing now? So then you guys can basically go on for the next half hour if you want, without me asking anything. You can just tell me your story, how you guys came from how you grew up over in South Africa, why you came to Australia, and then yeah, basically everything up to the podcast and what Hustle and Chill is, and basically what you guys are doing. Just take your time. The less questions I ask, the better the interview is going to be. The more you guys talk.
Yeah. Okay.
Happy with that,
And,
or?
and that's the only question.
Well,
And then
that's not the first one.
No, he said all of the questions, but if we pretty much just run through
Yeah.
like what
Okay.
our story, then he doesn't really have to ask any questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But if you guys like, I know I can ask questions like along the way. I'll be listening to your story and like thinking up the questions. But other than that, like I was like, if that ends up being real short, like I've had some of the hosts like talk for like half an hour, and then I end up having to like cut them off. But if you guys only take like 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever to do all that, then other questions I was going to ask is like, what is Hustle and Chill? I know you guys are traveling around Australia. Like, have you got any like favorite travel stories? And tell us about the podcast and why you're doing it and that type of stuff. Yes, if you guys don't answer that in the main question, which would be awesome if you can, then yeah, I'll hit you up. Cool.
Sounds easy. Easy enough.
All right, sweet as. Might get started.
It's weird being the actual people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to think of the answers. That's why I like that first question that I asked. So then basically, if you guys talk, I don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, easy.
All right, I do the intro. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Aaron White Show. And I'm your host, Aaron. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm starting to videotape these, the podcast. So if you're listening to this on an audio platform, you can pop over YouTube and check us out, watch us. If you're listening to this on YouTube and want to listen to more of these interviews, I've actually done 20 before this. So all you have to do is pop over to Spotify or iTunes and check it out. All right. So on with today's interview, I have two awesome guests, Willem and Anneke. Hopefully I said that right. I think I stuffed that up already. Yeah, so they're the hosts of Traveling Friends of Australia podcast, and also have this Hustle and Chill thing going on, which they're going to tell you about. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, how are you?
Fantastic, thanks. Yeah, first question. Can you please tell me where you guys grew up, any life-changing events, and how did you end up doing what you're doing now?
Yeah, so Willem and I are both from South Africa. We won't go too much into our life. Yeah, but we both grew up there. I came over when I was about 12 years old to Australia, and he came when he was already an adult. He came over with his parents. We met here and obviously got married, and we're both from South Africa, so the culture is a big thing to us. And yeah, so that's where we started as Willem and Anneke. Is there any life-changing events that you
I was in the Navy, so when I came up to Australia, I joined the Navy. So I spent 7 years in the Navy and met her before I joined, actually, and we did a long-distance relationship for about the first 2 years from Melbourne and she was over here still finishing high school. And but yeah, so finished up with the Navy because we got married. Obviously, we were looking at getting making some kids, and I didn't want to go away anymore, So I was tired of missing her, obviously, and then having to miss the kids as well was just going to tear me apart. So I said, no, I'll leave the Navy. We can start a family, and yeah, I left the Navy, got a job that also just contracting to the Navy, which was quite, what do you call it? Quite demanding as well. Yeah. And yeah, as the second one came along, we knew that she hasn't returned to work yet. Because after our first one, she didn't go back to work because she wanted to spend more time with our youngest then, and so we fell pregnant again. I didn't want to go away, so we were looking at going into the mines because we needed more money, obviously, to look after the second one on the way. And yeah, I found another job which was out in the wheat belt. So joined the rail, which I'm still working in now. And yeah, it's sort of.
But lucky enough, he got transferred to Pinjarra in the same company. So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
But while we were there, so we moved to Meriden, and that's where we lived for. Well, we were meant to be there for 5 years. Yeah. That was our plan, which was really heartbreaking for me because I'm very close to my family, which they're all here very close to me, like 5 minutes away. And Willem's family's also here in Perth. So for us, it was really heartbreaking to move 4 hours away and we can't come and visit them, just easily. So it's a big drive to come over here. It's a small town. I just had my second baby. So I was actually to the point where I felt really depressed. So Willem would come home and I would just feel worthless. I'd feel like I'd done nothing all day and I had so much time on my hands when I think about it now. But I felt like I did nothing. I wasn't a good wife. I wasn't a good mom. I didn't have anything to give the world because I was just cleaning, cooking, cleaning again, diapers. And obviously I wasn't helping financially. So the pay that Willem got there was really good, but mentally for me, it was just not, I needed a challenge. So I finished my degree in accounting just before we had our first baby. So I am someone who studied. I am someone who was meant to start a career in a massive firm or something as an accountant. But I've never felt that was something that I wanted to do. I didn't have the passion for it. It was more like, oh yeah, you're good at finance. You're good at, you're an analytic person. Why don't you go study accounting? You can get a job anywhere. And that's pretty much just what I did. Made my parents proud with my certificate. I'm proud, and it took obviously a lot out of me to do it. A degree isn't something that anyone obviously does. It is hard work, but getting to the point when we were in Meriden, I was, endlessly watching Netflix and Stan and binging, and that's probably why I didn't get anything done. And I fell into a hole, and I really feel that this is probably something that a lot of parents or mums especially may be going through, but they're not obviously admitting to it, because I was in denial. I didn't tell my family that I was crying every day, feeling sorry for myself. And what it ended up doing was I was scrolling on Facebook endlessly, obviously, because I was sitting there doing nothing. And I came across an opportunity that gave us a business opportunity. And a lot of people see those kind of things these days on Facebook as ads and, a way to get freedom or the freedom lifestyle. We can help you.
You were skeptical.
Yeah, I was skeptical. I clicked.
I would have been too.
Yeah, and I clicked on it and, asked the questions, because if I didn't ask the questions, I wouldn't have known. So that's how Hustle and Chill pretty much started. We actually went for it.
we kind of said that we stopped watching Netflix, and now we're hustling, the hustle.
So the name came from Netflix and chill.
To chilling. So we'll hustle hard now to chill later, or chill sooner. And
that's actually a really clever name.
Yeah. Our business,
cool.
the slogan for our business is, we stopped watching adventures and now we're living
starting
adventures.
Living it,
Now we started living adventures instead of just wasting all that time watching other people live their lives. And, that's how Hustle and Chill started. And
yeah, so we had obviously the option for Willem he got offers from lots of really big companies to go to the mines. So we had that option instead of me working, and we could have moved back to Mandurah, and he went to the mines. And
but we're both family people. I've always, when I met Anneke, I said to her, all I want to be in life is a father. And so I've always just wanted to be a father because I love kids, and so we're both really close family.
We've seen friends and family obviously going through the fly in, fly out thing, and you see it on social media. A lot of mums actually post about it, and it's hard. I think it's really hard when Willem actually goes on a call out. I'm stuck here having to bathe the kids by myself, feed them, all these kinds of things, and I just do it for one night and I want to go crazy. So having to do it for weeks on end, I think I think you might have more to say about that, Aaron. But yeah, we like, well, what have we got to lose if we start this opportunity and we look at it? And it's actually a business in being you're a independent distributor of a water machine, which is a Magic, and they have a patented compensation plan, which is something we've never seen before. So I've looked into doing, the Thermomix, the Tupperware, the Isogenics, all those kinds of things.
Selling your virgin hair
I've even looked at selling my virgin hair, online. And yeah, I've looked at all the options and there just isn't anything like it. Obviously, we're biased because we're in it.
But yeah, you were skeptical, and she asked me, what's the go? Like, what do you think?
I said to him, you have a look, because I'm just, eager to do something. I'm eager to do something different. And I've spoken to the people. They've got a really, really good outlook on life, and that's what I'm needing at the moment. I'm needing more than just the financial gain or anything like that. I'm needing something that is just going to drive me and give me, another boost in life.
So yeah, she showed me, and I said, I looked at everything, and I'm a very dotted man. I check everything thoroughly through.
Needs to be right.
And I said to her, well, I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's give it a go. What do we have to lose?
We've always been told, these pyramid schemes we used to try, as young. Like, I've heard my parents say they've tried the pyramid schemes and they've tried all this kind of thing. And that's obviously, everyone looks at online opportunities, online businesses, or any of these kinds of businesses as a pyramid scheme or some sort of recruiting thing that you just need to get people into. But what we're doing is changing people's lives. And that's obviously where we came in with, we want the freedom lifestyle. It's not just about just having us together as the family anymore. It's about seeing how other people, especially our mentors and a lot of people in our community online, are taking this business online, and they're traveling the world or traveling Australia. They're taking a caravan and go seeing places, and we're all about adventure. So it's given us that drive to go and do that as well. And we're planning to do that in 2021 full time. At the moment, we're just doing it obviously when we can. And that's where our Traveling Friends of Australia started as well. So we wanted to connect more with those type of people, because the more we speak to them, we also realize that they've got this passion and love and just, this excitement for just wanting to do it. Just get out there and experience life, like what it's all about. It's not just about working a 9 to 5, coming home, having dinner, putting the kids in bed, and then the whole day starts again next tomorrow. And that's
But everyone does it differently. Like, we met a couple that he works FIFO, so he and she travels around with the kids, and they just meet him every now and then.
And R&R, they just
R&R and around Australia. So they full-time travelers just out of the caravan, but he still works FIFO. And then there's other people, they sold their house, so they're just traveling on that funds, so they're doing it up until their funds run out or whatever. So, but there's so many different ways and so many different stories that we just wanted to get and share with Australia or anyone who wants to listen, So we wanted to create friends for ourselves. It was kind of selfish, create friends for ourselves around Australia and get to know these stories and what to expect and how to plan everything. But now it's since we started, we're 8 episodes in, and we're getting so much feedback from how people are enjoying the stories, and
and how they're connecting with the
how
people.
easy it is to get away.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just trying to create that. And I guess that's where it links into our business, that we're trying to link this, that, we've been conditioned to just, work a job and then what, till you're 65, and then what? Then you go and travel if you have enough money.
If you're healthy enough.
If you're healthy enough. Like, why? And you don't have to, because it's the 21st century.
There's so many different options there.
So
to live your life.
And we didn't even, we had a plan of 5 years staying in Meriden. But I'm just working till he get his next job, till he gets his next promotion.
This was never in our plan.
Or till I go back to a career in accounting. So,
yeah. But we've seen how much this business that we have has changed our lives. Like, our relationship is so much closer. My relationship with my kids,
because we have a vision together,
so much closer. Just because of all the personal development that we're doing through the business, and the group support that we have from the other team members, the mentorship.
Yeah, they're like friends and family to us now.
It's changed our life completely. Apart from just what the machine can do for you, that water that we
have,
that water that we live off. It's apart from that, it's great. It's amazing.
So when you actually when you plan on in 2021 to actually go do this full time, are you going to sell your house and stuff and just go on the road, just live in a caravan, or are you going to keep living where you're now? Or?
My plan is to sell the house. Anneke doesn't want to sell the house because she wants something to come back to, and I get that because her family is here, her family is close.
I just want a base. So obviously, a lot of people who do the traveling thing that don't have the income or anything, they sell their house or they rent the house out to get that kind of income so that they can keep going or keep them going for the year or whatever they're doing. But for us, once our business kicks off well enough that we can just keep going, pay off our mortgage and do that, and maybe we rent it out.
Yeah,
we don't
need to.
We can keep this as a base, and we can still come here and if we want to. Or
we don't need to rely on the house.
No.
As a sale or for renters to be in there.
Yeah.
So, but we have all these options.
And you're definitely going to be making enough money off this business to do that, to support you traveling around?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Our mentors and a couple of the guys in the team are already doing it after, they started after 6 months. And
they're not making the bare minimum. Those people are making 6-7 figures.
Yeah.
So so my mentors personally made his yearly wage as an electrical wholesaler in 1 month. So that's the kind of money that it could make you. I'm not saying that this is for everyone. Not everyone can do it either.
Can make that money,
not a lot of people actually have the success because they don't put the effort in.
Yeah.
So the people who put the effort in and the people who have that drive, who do the self-development, who does everything that we obviously coach, because that's what Willem and I do, is coach people who want to do that. Then you will get that success, and you can then, whatever your dream is, our dream is to go travel and then do, like, we've got plans of buying, a farmhouse or something like that. And
yeah, we don't want to be traveling for.
We're not.
We are from South Africa, obviously, so farming is in our blood, and so we like big yards and a couple of animals to look after, and I think that kids will enjoy it once we have that stage of it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely doable on anything.
So what do you actually do? So will you be basically like a team leader? So you have to have these other people underneath you selling these water systems to be able to, and you earn commission off their sales? Or
so you do indirectly. You do. So you have, obviously, you've bought your machine.
Yep.
And you've got people who buy from you. They don't have to sell it themselves. You can just sell it to someone, like a family member. So it's a product. So it's the same as if you sell like a Thermomix machine to your friends or your family, or, but those people have the opportunity to refer it to anyone else. And if they do refer it, they get a bit of money for it. And if you want to be a coach, you obviously can build underneath yourself, but you still need to, the beauty of it is I can't go and sell it to 5 people and tell them, now you go sell and I sit back. I just coach you and you do all the work for me. It's not like that. If you don't actually make sales yourself, you won't rank up and they'll rank past you.
And they'll rank past you and you won't get any commissions off of them because
Is this
so that's why it's
thing?
Sorry, say again.
Is this an alkaline one that turns the water more alkaline or something? What's the machine?
Yes, so
it's magic.
yeah, Anagic. So it makes Kangen water. Kangen water is not just the pH changing, so it actually puts in electrolysis into the water. So it actually separates the molecules and makes them way more, what do you call it?
Magnetic.
I just need to get my words, sorry. ERW or ER?
ERW.
Potential ERP.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't get the
Anyway,
words out.
it makes the water awesome.
Yeah, it makes I won't get scientific. What it does is it makes the water antioxidants. So one glass like this, a glass of this, will actually give you the same as 5 kilograms of broccoli and 1,000 blueberries, the same antioxidants as those things.
Oh, okay, that's really cool.
Because it makes the water antioxidant. So anti-aging, antioxidant.
So no more broccoli for me.
I like blueberries though.
Eat your broccoli. Yeah.
All right, sweet. What was I gonna ask? What's this virgin hair? You said you didn't have to sell your virgin hair.
Yeah,
it's not virgin at the moment, but
she pretty much have never permanently colored her hair. So that is her original color that she was born with, and that's virgin hair. Because a lot of people color their hair, and you know it sort of damages and stains the hair.
But
you have to keep on coloring it to, you know.
But the thing I talked about was,
or is that just a joke?
Say again, sorry.
Can you actually sell that hair, or you're just joking?
Yeah. Oh. So there's a site where you can so you don't put your face on, you just put a photo of your hair on and say how long it is, and then you put a price, or someone offers you a price or whatever of your hair. So they usually do this for cancer patients. So it'll usually be those people there's a site where you go and post your hair and they buy it off you. But obviously it takes long to grow your hair. And I think when I looked, if it's down here, I would have only got $700 for that. I mean, that's a way to make money, but
Well, do you have to shave your hair? How high up?
That's once a year you can get $700.
And then you're just gonna be a skinhead for some of it, or
you'll probably cut it like that, and it'll be that piece of hair, and then it'll maybe be a bob or a short hair wig for someone.
Oh, okay. Another question, because William said he always just wanted to be a dad. What's your relationship with your dad? Are you a good one, or what?
My parents got divorced when I was 7, so I guess that's the reason I was in between the two households, you know. So it's for me it was very.
You're close to your dad.
I am close to my dad, yes, but we were in
hard.
between, and it was really hard. So when I as I grew up, I had this thing in me that said, you know, I don't want to be there for my kids, and I want to be there for my kids, and I'll do everything to be there for my kids. And that's why I didn't want to go FIFO. I wanted to make sure that, you know, before I had a family, and I wasn't happy. I was happy in the Navy. I would have stayed in the Navy. I love being on the ocean and stuff, but I don't like being away from my kids. So I'm doing everything now in my mind to stay with my kids. And it's hard even now working a 9-to-5 job, if you can say that. I work 7 to 4, but I only see my kids 3 hours a day, you know. So when I get home from work, it's all about getting them dinner, then getting them bathed, and then getting them into bed, and that's 3 hours before they go to bed.
Yeah, so it's probably half an hour of just sitting down and maybe playing with them, or reading a book or something.
It's tough on me. I hate it. I hate to just live for the weekend where I can just relax and hang with my kids and, you know, and play with them, or go camping and show them things. So
a lot of people say that what we're doing now, because we do spend a lot of time on our business. So a lot of people are looking at us and saying you're spending so much time on your business, you don't have time for your kids or your family or anyone. But we're sacrificing that for a long term.
In our schedule, that we have time for, this is time for work, this is time for play.
So we shut off our phones and
and so we make sure that we spend time with them as well.
Hmm.
What other personal development stuff you're doing? So you just touched on the whole turning your phone off so you can actually pay attention, be present, and spend that quality time there. That's like one characteristic of personal development. What other stuff you guys doing?
Yeah, so listening to podcasts.
Yeah, every morning when I drive to work, I'll listen to a podcast. We are Christians, so we read our Bible, we pray, we have quiet time.
Yeah, we just spend time.
And we just do a lot of reading.
We get up earlier in the morning.
Yeah.
But we go to bed.
So we have 7 hours.
It's
crazy.
Yeah, so we get up early because we do find that if we wake up, or especially me, if I only wake up when Willem leaves out of the door, just before he leaves out of the door, the kids usually wake up just after that, and I don't have time to just,
relax before the kids are just in your face.
Or get anything in me before. And we never looked at it. We thought, that's weird when people like wake up early or they just do all these self-development things. But once we started doing it and seeing what a difference it makes in your life, you can't describe it to people if they haven't tried it.
Yeah.
So obviously we listen to podcasts, we read books. I'm more of the audio person.
Yeah.
So I do audiobooks, and we try to do our exercise, which obviously we don't have enough time for because we try to adventure and do fun stuff. Obviously in the afternoons there's no time. In the mornings we'll do just our push-ups, sit-ups kind of thing, and we do think that that's important as well. What kind of other mindset?
Have you guys done the ice baths or cold showers or anything?
No, I haven't tried that. We have a lot of people in our team who do that, but I don't know if I go that far.
I don't know.
But yeah, I guess having that mentor, because we in our business we have those mentors, which you think that you might have your friends or your family to talk to always, but sometimes to have that person that's completely different and it's in a more professional way, or the person that thinks like us now. Because if we now go to our parents or to some of our friends, they don't understand what we're going through. They don't understand what we're doing. They don't understand the kind of mindset that we need to have to keep pushing hard and focusing and working harder on everything. So having that mentor is,
you always have
it's another mindset thing.
If you're down or you don't know what to do in the business, and you can always push on someone that's been in that position before because they went through the same thing as you, and you can grow off their mistakes pretty much, and you can skip. Like if I was on my own, I'd struggle for, let's say, 6 months or a year to get something done, whereas they've already been through that. So we can skip a whole year ahead by just learning off their mistakes. And that's really powerful.
Yeah. And then obviously just in the business side of things, we keep doing the training. So there's training that keeps getting updated. And if you keep doing that,
That's social media training on Facebook, Instagram, a lot of platforms that we use to run our businesses through. There's a lot of training in there.
All right. To jump on to travel, where have you guys traveled in WA? Like, have you done Shark Bay or Exmouth? Have you gone down south? Where have you gone so far?
Been to Esperance.
Oh yeah. So our journey of traveling, like how we want to travel, has only started pretty much this year. So we haven't done much, especially because we've had kids. We had build a house and do all that kind of thing, and that was our life before we started this whole new vision
we
we've
believe
got.
That's what you have to do when you grow up. You've got to find a career, you've got to build a house.
So we've always wanted to travel, but we never had the time or the money or anything.
Sort of changing, and the dynamics changing.
But what we've seen is pretty much all the Southwest, not in detail, not probably as much as we want to. We'd want to go and like be there for a week and just explore, and not care about time. But we've been all the way down to Esperance and all of the Southwest. And then we've also just been
Meriden when we were there.
Yeah, so the gold, or what? That's the
gold. Yeah.
Not yet the gold fields. It's more there.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Wheat belt.
Wheat belt, sorry.
Yeah, the wheat
Okay.
belt.
The wheat belt. We've been up
And-
to Mount Magnet,
Yeah.
which is a little bit past that, more outback. And then we've recently been to Kalbarri.
Yeah.
We stayed
A
there for
second
like
time
7 days at the Murchison station, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I would suggest that to anyone if you want to just, just have nothing around you, just bush or beach, because it's all in one.
But
It's so
remember
good.
a four-wheel drive because
Yeah, you need a four-wheel drive.
we have a good story there.
Did you almost get bogged or what? Go and tell me that story.
No,
No, we didn't get bogged.
it's kind of like a sensitive story.
I know you have to
So
tell it.
we just didn't read everything properly on their website
Well, we
and all that
did,
kind
we
of things.
questioned it, but we still got told it'll be right.
Because they do say it's four-wheel drive access. But to us, being South African and all, we used to drive on that kind of roads all the time with like a Mercedes, like a flat Mercedes, not like four-wheel drive Mercedes. So we thought, okay, well, we'll have recovery vehicles with us.
Yeah,
We'll be fine, But instead, when we got there, we took our multivan. So that's the only car we have at the moment. We're looking to upgrade to a four-wheel drive.
So we have a multivan and a camper trailer.
And a camper trailer. We went in fine. Like our multivan was perfect, but we got to the end where we actually needed to camp, where we wanted to camp, which was all the way through the four-wheel drive access. And the farmer came rushing behind us and said, "You need to get out. Everyone needs to get out." And
you don't have four-wheel drives.
You don't have four-wheel drives. You
You're
shouldn't
not
be here.
allowed to be We're like,
So-
well, we got here without a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, and we did well, but I guess rules are rules, and there's probably some people that would go in there with their two-wheel drives by themselves and not have recovery vehicles or anything, and get bogged, and then he has to get them out. So
what we did is we hooked off the trailer, left it on the side of the road. One of our friends came back, hooked it up, and towed it back to the campsite where we wanted to camp. And we drove the multivan back to the house and just left it there for the week. So we still had our camping trip. We just didn't have a vehicle to drive around in.
yes,
But yeah, that's how you learn. We need a four-wheel drive.
Well, you think it'd say on the website, not just full drive access, but you'd think it'd say only full drives.
Well, that's what I said the whole time, but everyone's like, no, it's pretty clear. I'm like, no, it says it's four-wheel drive access, like it's not, it doesn't say the farmer doesn't want you to go in there if you're two-wheel drive, like no two-wheel drives. It should say that, I think.
Yeah.
To their defense, obviously, they've got their rules. It's their farm. And yeah, we should have asked, or just, we thought we did ask, but it was my mum. That's why it's sensitive. So my mum thought she did the right thing and asked, but she didn't ask properly. And anyways, that's the story. But it was still a really good time. And if you want to go somewhere where, but talking to people and meeting a lot of traveling friends through our Traveling Friends of Australia podcast, and through Instagram, really, we've seen a lot of places which we want to go to. So Willem's actually been to Port Hedland with the Navy.
I've been to most of the coastal cities around Australia through the Navy. So
yeah.
But yeah, I've been to Port Hedland.
And
saw Red Dog.
Yeah, and I've just been to Kununurra from Darwin. I've driven down with my parents to Kangen, which was also really good, and that's where we want to go. Kimberley's Karangini. That's pretty much where we want. We're not so much. I mean, the Coral Bay, Shark Bay.
We're not beach people. We like.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
Hence, look, it's a surfboard.
Yeah, I love being on the ocean, but I don't like being in the ocean.
He likes riding a wakeboard on the water, or being in a ship, or on a boat or something, but not actually at the beach.
Yeah.
You been to that Perth Wake Park yet?
I have not been to Perth Wake Park, no.
No, we've got a boat, so we just need to get out more with the boat and the wakeboard.
Yeah.
So
we're waiting for spring to start so the water's warmer again.
Oh, it's pretty cold. I went to that Perth Wake Park last break, so 2 weeks ago, froze my ass off. It's like so cold.
You wear a wetsuit though, hey?
You'd think so.
No.
I wore a wetsuit top. It just had the boardies on, thinking that'll be enough. But yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, when I was in Melbourne in the Navy, when I started my initial training, 2009, 2010,
Yeah, Melbourne's freezing.
we had a wakeboard team in the Navy, and we went in the winter, but we had like wetsuits and then dry suits over top of the wetsuits. So the
Because
water
Melbourne's
didn't get in
freezing.
at all. But yeah, we used to win in the winter. It was great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think if you like wetsuited up and like that, it would have been sweet as, but yeah, I've learned a lesson anyway. We're going to wrap up soon. Anything else you'd like to share with the audience about anything? Where can they find you online?
So they can pretty much find us on, if you're looking at following us on both, we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're actually for both as well, but we haven't been posting for Hustle and Chill. But yeah, so Facebook is just Hustle and Chill. And Instagram is the Hustle and Chill.
Yeah.
For Hustle and Chill. And then for Traveling Friends of Australia, we are obviously on the podcast. So you can find us on Apple, Spotify, Google, all of the ones. But Spotify and Apple is obviously the biggest ones. We're also on YouTube because we also do the video recording on there. And then Facebook and Instagram is Traveling Friends of Australia.
Was it easy enough to upload? Because I haven't done this yet. Is it easy enough just to upload this video to YouTube?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So when you stop recording and close everything down, it'll save it as two separate folders.
It'll say loading
video and audio.
It'll process it straight away into like folders, yeah, for you.
So I use the audio because I do the podcast and she does the YouTube. So she cuts and pastes all the video out, and I just take the audio because it's two separate.
Will you be editing it, or do you just load it up?
I think I'm just going to load this up. I started recording like probably about 40 seconds or a minute before I did the intro, and then I think that I like the raw kind of look, so I think I'm just going to chuck it up like this, and then I already know how to do the audio because I've been doing all the other audio ones. I'll probably probably edit that to it so it starts on the intro, and then finish when we finish. So
the only thing that I could say about the YouTube is if you have a YouTube cover photo to post on your videos, so that if someone looks at your channel, it's not just like the videos or whatever picture YouTube chooses to be the cover.
Frozen image like this.
You know, so you have like a photo maybe of the actual a photo, or you can design something on Canva, which is like free and easy to use.
Podcast,
or just use your and then have
upload that easy as whatever. Just upload cover art or something.
Yeah, the cover art.
Yeah, it'll give you add image just below, like where you edit everything and put the notes in and all that stuff.
Oh, that's sweet. What's the time? Why'd you guys leave South Africa? Any reason? Just following your family or what?
Oh.
You came with your family because you were young?
Yeah, so I came. No, I didn't have a choice really, but I wanted to come here anyway. So South Africa there's no opportunity for, I don't want to sound racist, but there aren't any opportunities for white people. Yep. So it's actually getting to a point where they don't accept white people into universities and giving them jobs or anything like that. And the crime. So we were literally, my mum had a revolver under her bed. My dad had his shotgun, like just near him as well. Like that's how you live there. Yep. Because you're so scared that you would die like the next minute. Like, and you drive around, you'd lock your car. My mum would drive with a revolver under her seat. So that's the crime situation. And we just couldn't live that anymore. My parents had the chance to come, to Australia, and they did.
I pretty much finished high school and decided to go to England for 2 years. So working holiday, did that, and sort of a third way through my second year, my father rang me and said, "Oh, we're going to Australia. We'll see you there." And I said, "Well, okay, I'm coming as well." So I went back to South Africa, did all my applications, and 6 months after they landed here, I came over with my brother. So, yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. I'm glad I asked that question.
Yeah, it's a good story.
He had good fun in London.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. we got 2 minutes. Go for it.
One more quick story. I basically went back for my second year. So the first year went off with a hit, and I worked about 3 jobs at one stage. But my second year, I came to working in a pub, and a couple of guys came in regularly every week for the first week that I was there. So I saw them as regulars. Sunday came around and they came in. They were already drunk, which they would normally ain't drunk when they come in. They started drinking shooters, which they normally didn't drink. They drank beer. So I noticed something was off. And then at one stage, the one guy came behind the bar and said, "Open up the till." I'm like, and I started laughing. I thought, hey, I don't know I can't remember what his name is. I said, "Hey, James, no, you need to be on that side of you need to be on that side of the bar." And he picked up one of these glasses and palmed it in his hand like that and smashed it open and up in my eye socket. Split my whole eye open, and so pretty much I opened up the till. I said, "Hey man, I don't care about the money. I thought you were joking." They ran off with the money. Anyway, I lost my job and my accommodation because the pub had to close down for investigations.
And you were sleeping
yeah. And in London, you normally sleep on top of where the pub is. You have your room. And I was too proud to call my parents back in South Africa saying, "I've just lost my job. I'm homeless. I look like a bum, stitches in my face.
No one wants to give me a job."
And slept in a park for 2 months looking for a job. Saw more of London in those 2 months than I did the whole 2 years. Blisters on my feet, But luckily in my second month, a mate of mine came around to England as well. And his sister stayed in just off from where I was anyway. And she stored all my luggage there and sneaked me in. She was an au pair, so she sneaked me in when the guys were off at work, and she was looking after the kids. Had a shower, she gave me a sandwich or something, and off I went again. But so that was 2 months of my life. I was homeless, sleeping in a park.
But then your second year, you got the best job ever.
No, but that was the second year. And then, so after the 2 months, I joined an agency that finds work for you. And so they found me a job in Shakespeare's country. So in the house where Shakespeare grew up, they turned into a hotel. So they gave me a job there as a bartender with free meals a day, free gym membership, free spa membership, free accommodation, the whole lot, and good pay. So I was settled after that. That pretty much paid for me to come to Australia. So, yeah.
Oh, should have started with that.
That's a good story.
Right at the end.
And that's why I'm not afraid to take risks, because
you've been homeless, you know what it is.
I've been on the other side of homeless, and I'll encourage anyone to, if my kids ever wanted to go to another country, I'll pay for their ticket to go. Whatever they do there is up to them. But the experience is something you'll never get back. No matter if it's good or bad, it always builds your character. So I'll encourage anyone to go and do it if they want to.
Nice. Definitely experience. I don't think I'll be doing the whole homeless thing though. I'll leave that with you.
I probably don't want to do it again, no.
All right, sweet. I better wrap this up because I only got 40 minutes on this Zoom thing. Yeah. All right, cool. Oh, thank you for coming on the show. Did you guys have fun?
Lots of fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Oh, awesome. All right, for the listeners, we'll wrap it up here. Just want to say a massive thank you to these guys for coming on the show, and a massive thank you for you guys for either watching or for listening. And please tell a friend about the podcast and have an awesome day. All right, bye. All right, that was awesome. Thanks for that.
No worries.
All right, cool. What I'll do is, obviously got to edit the audio for the Spotify thing, and then might see if I can pop this up. Whenever it's up anyway, I'll flick you guys a DM and let you know when it's up. If you guys want to share it and tell people about it and stuff like that, it'd be awesome. And I'll do the same on my social medias to get you guys out there and that as well. Yeah, awesome. We will definitely share it. Oh, thank you very much for that. Thanks so much for asking us. And obviously, we have been following your journey for a while. I think I started following you on Mum Entrepreneur. That was my page before.
Paulie Ads.
Paulie Ads, I think, came on your show as well, didn't he?
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, that's what I know that water filter thing from. I was like,
Yeah.
that was very familiar.
he's part of our team.
Yeah, he's part of our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right, cool. I'll let you guys go and have some quality time, and I better
Yes.
go hang out with my ones.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
enjoy.
All right, sweet as. All right,
See
cheers.
ya.